Hi, you're with India Post Live, India's first online news conversation web TV. I'm Ishan Russell, and India Post Live is of course a forum for you. Yes, you to come in and participate. Use social media to get in touch with us. On Twitter, you can hashtag India Post Live to your tweets or use our Twitter handle at India Post Live, or you can go to Facebook. We have a Facebook page called India Post Live. You can go ahead, like it, share comments or pictures or anything that you want over there, literally. And you can also go to indiapostlive.com. That's the name of this website where we're streaming live right now. And in case you're watching this later as a video on demand, there are so many other videos for you to check out as well on so many other topics of conversation. And in case you think that we've missed out on something, that we've missed out on your point of view, and you want to put that across, you're most welcome to send us a participation request, and we'll for sure get your voice heard via Skype or Google Hangout. All right, so the issue that we're talking about today is something that has dominated social media space and also mainstream media space. Is given what has been happening in Gujarat. Yes, nothing untoward has happened, but what has happened is there is a set of books that have come in, and these books have created a bit of a controversy. Why is that so? Well, we've put together a story for you. Take a look.
He is the man behind the ban on Wendy Doniger's book, The Hindus, for allegedly showing Hinduism in poor light. And he is now at the forefront of another controversy as he wants changes made in school textbooks. Dinanath Batra has moved forward in his fight for rewriting textbooks. His Hindutva leanings are reflected in the books that he has authored, of which 7 are being introduced in the curriculum of Gujarat's government schools. The books teach racism and radical nationalism, claim the critics, as words like Negro have been used in the text. Batra now wants HRD Minister Smriti Irani to inculcate values and nationalism in our schools and also put a ban on teaching foreign languages. Do we really need such a revolution?
Alright, so is this the promised saffron revolution that was talked about, or that many had feared, and many are now saying that this is perfectly right? And one of them is Narendra Singh Raval. He is the ex-General Secretary of Vidya Bharati. Thank you very much for coming in, sir. We also have with us Madhu Prasad. She's a founding member of the All India Forum for the Right to Education. And Shiv Shakti, Executive Editor of Kamal Sandesh, is joining us from Delhi, and so will be Geeta Sahai Meena. She's a professor at the Jawaharlal Nehru University, Geeta Sahai Meena at the JNU, and he's a professor over there. But I'll start with you, Mr. Rawal. The point is that a lot of controversy has been generated by what has been said in these books. You seem to be in support. Why? Is there any basis in terms of fact, science, history?
My submission is that why this discussion has been converted into just focusing upon a few books which have never been used as textbook in Gujarat, and nor these are being now used as textbook in the Gujarat. These are only the supplementary books which were written in Hindi by Dinanath Batra. Just to get these books in Gujarati, they got it translated into Gujarati, and in their schools they are having these books in the libraries. It is just
but does it come under the history section, or does it come under the fiction section?
Not at all. They are not coming any history section or in the section of languages. These books are just for moral development of the students. These are kept in the library, and there is no such letter and no such decision in Gujarat that these books are to be introduced as textbooks.
Alright, so in the same vein, then you can keep anything in a library. I mean, at the end of the day,
library, so many books are there. Books written by in Hindi, in Gujarati, and by other educationists also. So many books are there in the library.
Madhu Prasad would have a contention over this. I'd like to speak with him.
And this is interesting that you should mention that so many books are there in the library, because Mr. Dinanath Batra and your organization, Shiksha Bachao Andolan, are the very people who raised chaos in Delhi University because there was a recommended reading of an extremely scholarly work by Professor A.K. Ramanujan called 300 Ramayans. And there was vigilante action. I'm not saying this was not academic, there was not a polite discussion. What you did actually was vigilante action in the university and forced the Vice Chancellor to withdraw that, have that book withdrawn from the recommended readings. And this is a standard, it's a very well known.
You also, the organization is responsible for banning Wendy Doniger's book. I mean, and so in terms of, I mean, there are also just
it's
books.
not banning actually, it was withdrawn by Penguin.
No, but
because again, because of their fear.
Of the pressure,
because of their fear.
Because few people were having objections about that book. So
a few people have raised objections about these books. Should these books also be withdrawn by the publisher, or should not be allowed to be in libraries? Because there are a few people, sir, who objected over these books written by Mr. Batra.
No, all these books are not written by Mr. Batra. Some of the books are written in Gujarati itself, and later on those were translated into Hindi. It is not that all the books are written by Mr. Batra. Anyhow, if Mr. Batra has written some books, and they wanted that these books should be translated into Gujarati, and these should be read by the school students.
Who's paying for these books to be distributed all over Gujarat?
That you
Is it the government school system? When you send books to school libraries, that means, by you, I don't mean you in particular. What I mean is when books are put onto the list for books that have to be acquired by government school libraries and school libraries, that means the library and the school have to pay for the books.
Yeah, of course.
So what you are doing is, Mr. Dinanath Batra's views, which really, it's great difficulty, we can have a separate argument on whether they actually have any historical or mythological even value, whether those books should be paid for by the taxpayers' money, which is supposed to go for the education of our children.
All right.
As far as payment is concerned or remuneration is concerned, Mr. Batra has not taken any money from Gujarat government or from...
But Vidya Bharati must be getting some money for it.
We will not get into that. We will not get into that. I just want to get in a few people also. Sorry, sir. I'll let you continue, but yeah, go ahead.
There was one book which was written in Gujarati. And in North it was realized that it should be recommended in the libraries. So it was translated into Hindi and got printed at Kurukshetra, and that has been recommended in the libraries. Recommending books in the library, it is, I think, not of the regard.
All right, we'll come back to this. But I want to go across to Ganga Sahai Meena.
But my submission is, instead of having our discussion on these few books, why don't we have discussion on education? What should be the form of education?
I'll tell you why the problem is. The problem is there are certain organizations. There are certain organizations that say that certain books are banned, certain books are bad, they should be banned, they should be withdrawn, and they shouldn't be in libraries. At the same point of time, there are other people who are saying that the organizations, the books of these organizations should not be in libraries. So that is why we are talking about what should be in a library and what shouldn't be in a library.
And what should be taught to children and what should not.
Some people are concerned for it, they should have written to the government that these should...
So, but there often has been violent action when the 300 Ramayans was the case. There was...
No, that is a different case. That is a different case. That is a different case. That is not for school libraries.
No, but that
is not for school libraries.
So, but the point is, if we agree on the inherent basic principle that in case there is objection over a book, we should just completely ban it. Do we agree on that? If we agree on that, then I agree that Wendy Doniger's book should be banned, and so should Mr. Batra's books be banned, because both are being...
So should most of the RSS books be banned then?
If the society doesn't want to continue these books, of course those will be banned, whether you officially ban or not.
So the problem is there are some people in society who take it upon themselves to be spokespersons for others, while others do not. They just sit quietly and let their lives go on. I'll get in Ganga Sahai Meena. Ganga, I mean, you're a scholar at the Jawaharlal Nehru University. What do you make of this entire controversy? Can you hear me, Ganga? जी आपको क्या लगता है इस पूरे मसले के बारे में? What do you think about this entire controversy?
देखिए, मुझे ये लगता है कि इस सवाल को सिर्फ एक दीनानाथ बत्रा जी या उनके द्वारा लिखी गई किताबों के संदर्भ में ना समझ करके, और पूरे जो बीजेपी की समझदारी है हिंदुस्तान के बारे में कि किस तरह का देश हम बनाना चाहते हैं, तो बीजेपी की जो समझदारी रही है कि भारत हिंदुओं का देश है या एक जाति या धर्म विशेष की इसमें श्रेष्ठता होनी चाहिए या किस तरह का हमारे संस्कार होने चाहिए, तो जो उनका पूरा सपना है एक हिंदू राष्ट्र बनाने का सांस्कृतिक राष्ट्र की आड़ में, उसी को लागू करने के लिए एक मोहरे के तौर पे दीनानाथ बत्रा आए हैं। और उनकी हर एक्टिविटी में ये आपको दिखेगा, ये शुरुआत है। अभी ये बात ठीक है कि ये कोर्सेज में नहीं लागू की गई, लेकिन एक एडवाइजरी के तौर पे, एक सहायक पुस्तकों के तौर पे ये किताबें लागू की गई है। जाहिर सी बात है कि इसका अगला कदम यही होगा कि ये पाठ्यक्रम में लागू की जाएंगी, सभी विद्यार्थियों को पढ़नी होंगी। ऐसी अवैज्ञानिक किताबों को पाठ्यक्रम में या एडवाइजरी में लागू करना निश्चित तौर पर उस पूरे शोधपरक आलेखों और उन किताबों और इतिहास की उस पूरी ज्ञान की परंपरा का उपहास है जो हमारे विश्वविद्यालय में हो रहा है। हमारे रिसर्चर जिसमें अपना पूरा जीवन लगा रहे हैं, उसका एक तरह से उपहास करने की कोशिश है।
मेरा ये कहना है भाई साहब कि मैं बीजेपी का व्यक्ति तो नहीं हूँ, लेकिन बीजेपी ने कहीं पर अपने मैनिफेस्टो में ये कहा है कि हम हिंदू राष्ट्र बनाना चाहते हैं, कहीं ये कहा है कि हम सिर्फ हिंदू मैथोलॉजी को एजुकेशन में पढ़ाना चाहते हैं। ऐसा मेरे ख्याल में बीजेपी का कहीं निर्णय नहीं है। एक सेकंड, लेकिन आपका ये जो सोचना है कि आज ये बुक्स सप्लीमेंट्री बुक्स के रूप में लाइब्रेरी में आ गई हैं, कल ये बुक्स टेक्स्ट बुक बन जाएंगी। टेक्स्ट बुक बनाने के लिए गवर्नमेंट ने एक सिस्टम बनाया है, तो इसलिए अनावश्यक आप इस बात को यहाँ ड्रैग कर रहे हैं कि क्योंकि दीनानाथ बत्रा ने ये बुक्स लिखी हैं, ये बुक्स ट्रांसलेट हुई हैं गुजराती में और ये बुक टेक्स्ट बुक बन जाएंगी। ये तो आपका अपना एक भय है, लेकिन कहीं पर ये निर्णय नहीं है कि ये बुक्स एज टेक्स्ट बुक वहाँ पर यूज़ की जा रही हैं या की जाएंगी।
आई थिंक मिस्टर मीना की सिर्फ एक गलती हो गई, उन्होंने बीजेपी कहा आरएसएस के बजाय। बात तो साफ ये है कि दीनानाथ बत्रा जी, नहीं आप प्लीज़ लेट मी फिनिश, मैंने आपकी बात बहुत प्यार से सुनी है। दीनानाथ बत्रा जी आज के खिलाड़ी नहीं हैं। ही वॉज अपॉइंटेड इन 1977 as director of the Vidya Bharati. Vidya Bharati was supposed to correlate and to coordinate the activities of the RSS run schools. In 1952, the RSS set up its first schools. From 1952 to 1977, they had 500 schools. In 1977, the Jan Sangh, there was no BJP. Yeah. The Jan Sangh became part of the Janata Party government. And you saw the leap in the schools being run by them from that period on. And Deenanath Bharti was, Batra was in fact appointed director of the Vidya Bharati, the umbrella organization to monitor these schools in 1977. The RSS has always used the role played by its political organizations, whether it was Jan Sangh, now it's BJP, tomorrow it may acquire another form. They always use these to expand their schools. So much so that whereas they had only 500 schools for 25 years, within the next 13 years, they had 14,000 schools. And those 14 years coincided with state governments being run by the BJP or in alliance with other parties. Right. So it's the RSS which is behind this. I think Meena made only that little mistake.
I want to get in somebody from the BJP. So I want to get in somebody from the BJP. Shiv Shakti is with us. He is the executive editor of Kamal Sandesh. That is the BJP's own publication.
So मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि BJP इन सारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम के अंदर कहीं इन्वॉल्व नहीं है। आरएसएस भी इसमें सारे में कहीं इन्वॉल्व नहीं है। आप जहाँ कोट कर रहे हैं कि 77 के अंदर
जनसंघ, अगर हिस्ट्री में जाएंगे तो मैं काफी यंग हूँ, आप दोनों से यंग हूँ। माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ हिस्ट्री इज दिस, दैट द संघ इज ऑलवेज अलेज्ड दैट द हिस्ट्री Indian history and historical narrative was influenced by the left and socialists, and on the other hand the fear is that now that the BJP has come into power, that alternative narrative of the BJP, of a Hindu nation, or whatever the fear might be, that will come through. I want to get this Shiv Shakti on that.
One little point I want to make, जो आप इतना फर्क बना रहे हैं between RSS and BJP, अब माफ कीजिए, आज BJP के प्राइम मिनिस्टर RSS के प्रचारक सारी उम्र रहे हैं, so आप ये नहीं कह सकते, ये आप लाइन जो बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं वो नहीं,
शिव शक्ति,
वो है ही नहीं, वो है ही नहीं.
Madhuvan sir, please. Shiv Shakti, aap bataiye, what do you think as far as this issue is concerned? I mean, there are facts that have been mentioned that are a little unbelievable, that one would really contend, because in terms of conventional education, I've never come across any of these facts that are often being presented as facts. They might be supplementary readings, these books, but they are there in public libraries for students to read.
The entire debate which has been created in the media for the last 2-3 days. If you just look at it, there is an attempt to recreate this debate on saffronization of education. The debate is taking place in the first regime of the BJP NDA. So some vested interest in the media, they are trying to recreate a debate, trying to build some issues, quoting some passages out of context, distorting the facts, and they are bringing out distorted representation of the passages. Like I would like to quote one passage, which was published in the book. First of all, you should take into account that these are inspirational story books. These are not history books. These are supplementary reading. These are inspirational stories. Now, in the Indian Express, it was quoted that when one worships a cow, it can beget them sons and daughters. Now, people check and what kind of design is there behind actually projecting this kind of passages out of context. Like when you read Ramayana, you come across a story that Dasharatha had no child. Twins were issueless. Okay, fine. So he prayed to some rishi and got some. No, let me complete.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. But do these books come under theological text in a library? Do they come under historical perspective? Do they come under fiction? Under which three categories would these books come under?
They are inspirational story books.
Inspirational story books.
Inspirational for what, sir? Are they inspirational for
Inspiration of the values. Inspiration of the values.
No. What is the value of telling a young child that to beat up a Negro is very good?
No, it is not like
I'm
that.
sorry.
It's not
it's
like
quotation.
That.
You have not.
No.
All right. I'll just ask everybody to hold. Because Sanjeev Singh is also joining us. Sanjeev Singh is a Kalsantric editor at India Post Live, and Sanjeev's been covering the education sector for about 15 years. Also, apart from the political reportage that he's done. And Sanjeev, this was a problem that Murli Manohar Joshi, when he was the HRD minister under the first NDA government, it was a similar allegation. It's a very similar story that's resurfacing. And it just keeps resurfacing from time to time. So it might have come to media attention, but in terms of saffronization or in terms of changing historical perspective around a little bit by some books, it's been going on for some time now.
Yeah, I mean, if you see, even if you talk about Article 370 or Uniform Civil Code, the moment you have BJP coming to power, you have all these fringe, right-wing fringe elements, they suddenly start to get their voice back. So you have this sort of a thing going. But, I mean, coming to the point of textbooks, I'm sure that Mr. Batra doesn't have only these particular instances that we talk about. It must be a more holistic, list of things that he must have made. But of course, we've seen the media highlight only a particular section. My take is that, if at all something like that needs to happen, why can't we just have a debate over it? I mean, there's no point in trashing either one side or saying that one side is good. If there is a section of society that feels that maybe perhaps not what I do as far as history is concerned, as the point that the other gentleman is trying to make. So let's just have a more concerned and a more informative debate on this rather than just trashing each other down.
I I think that on this issue, we have to be very clear. This is not a question of a few of us sitting down and deciding which section of society wants what. This is a question of how are our children going to be educated so that they are able to take their place in a democratic society, in a democratic world, as responsible citizens. Now, if I'm not even talking about Dinanath Batra, if our Prime Minister actually tells me that we have been enslaved for 1200 years, then I want to ask our Prime Minister, where does this place our freedom struggle? Where do we go? Where is 1857 to 1947? What was that freedom struggle? So are we going to teach our children that we were enslaved for 1200 years because one section of society feels it? I mean, I've been an educationist, I've been in education all my life, and I cannot do this. I cannot tell my students, for example, that you cannot, if you have child marriage, this is very good because there are no sexual problems after that between. This is happening in the textbooks in Rajasthan. You have a similar thing has been happening. Gujarat is not today with Mr. Batra. Gujarat has had this problem for the last 20 years. And now the non-governmental education commission that they're talking about, on that we find Mr. Rajput, who was director of NCERT under Murli Manohar Joshi's ministership. And he was involved in the whole process of the saffronization of curriculum.
All right, what is saffronization, sir? We'll come to that. I just want to play out a few graphics. I just want to play out a few graphics. If my producer Ronnie can just play out those graphics. We've culled out some of the teachings that have come out of these books. So don't blow out candles on your birthday. It's Western culture, needs to be shunned. Instead, wear Swadeshi clothes. On that day, do Havan and pray to Ishtadeva feed cows. I think,
you know, the first thing they should do is inform Uma Bharti ji about this, because she went to a Hanuman temple and blew out candles for Hanuman ji on his birthday and sang happy birthday Hanuman ji to him. So I think, you know, they really need to clear their...
All right, so I mean, the fact is that these are very contentious points, sir.
Kindling a
the
candle,
fact is, this is
amazing.
No, but this is amazing. What does this have to do with inspiration or education?
It is not the only thing which has been given in that.
But why is this there at all? We know what happens. You don't have to. The whole book from beginning to end doesn't have to be bunkum. Some bunkum is enough to throw it out of the window. I mean, if somebody says that we have been enslaved for 1200 years, now I don't have to say what are the details of all that. I just want to ask him what happens to my freedom struggle.
All right, and the foreword to this was written by the Prime Minister himself.
Exactly.
So, in terms of endorsement, I mean...
Not of these books which were written by Mr. Dinanath Batra. Mr. Prime Minister has not written forward to these books. There was a book which was written in Gujarati, and there he gave that forward. And that is a different book.
I think Prime Minister
Shiv Shakti wants to come in. Shiv Shakti wants to come in. Shiv Shakti, go ahead.
He was not Prime Minister at that time.
Even if he
was not Chief Minister at that time.
I mean, he thinks Bhagat Singh was in Andamans.
Madhu, Mr. Narendra, hold on.
Okay, Bhagat Singh was?
In the Andamans.
Who has said?
Modi ji.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Not like that.
He's an icon of our country. You have to know. Even you are laughing. I agree.
Shiv, go ahead. We can hear you.
Hello.
हाँ शिव बोलिए, आपकी आवाज आ रही है.
Actually, you are conducting today. This is completely.
Ma'am, please, sir, please, just a minute.
Just so much, and you are not allowing us to respond.
No, please, I'll respond.
Actually, you see the kind of passages which you have quoted. I have seen those passages. This is about that different people, different students from different cultural background, they can follow their own culture. That is what this book is saying. It is not saying that everyone has to do Havan. If a student comes from the background of a Muslim family, he is free to follow his own path. Actually, these passages have been quoted.
क्या मैं अपनी बात कह सकता हूँ?
Does our culture, Mr. Shiv Shakti, does our culture teach us to beat up Negroes?
बिलोंग करते हैं, उसी के अनुसार वो करेंगे. ये ठीक कह रहे हैं आप.
सर लेकिन एक बात है, आपकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कहती है दैट एवरीवन हैज द राइट टू लिव अकॉर्डिंग टू हिज ओन वैल्यूज एटसेट्रा, एंड दैट राइट, देन व्हाट, दैट इज व्हाट, व्हाई डोंट यू टॉक अबाउट आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इन योर बुक्स? Why do you tell people that you should not blow out candles, girls should not wear dresses, you know, this kind of thing, that if a girl goes to a pub, then the Hindu, Ram Sena has the right to beat them up outside. You know, there's a whole culture that you're promoting.
Unnecessarily we are getting
No, you are not
involved.
You talk about the Constitution. Our Constitution says everyone has the right to live and function as you want to blow out your candles, you do it. You want to have a havan, you do it. You want to have a party, you do it. You want to have alcohol at your party, as long as that is not denied in our country, it's not against the law, then everyone is free. But you are not saying that. You are not saying follow the Constitution.
No.
What you are saying is
that
follow Vedic values. Your minister has already said we are going to teach children in primary schools Vedic values.
I'll just interrupt you. Shiv Shakti is on the phone. Shiv, we can finally hear your audio a little. Okay, we're trying to figure that audio out. But Sanjeev, I mean, this is a subject that, I mean, over the next 5 years, we expect to revisit pretty often, isn't it?
I must say, you're not giving the gentleman the white chance to respond to the allegations that are being made. You know, I mean, of course, all the things being talked about, you know, candles blowing and all that, of course, you know, that's a bit going overboard. But the fact is that, you know, why aren't we as a society open to have these debates? I mean, what is the harm in discussing if someone keeps a cow at home, what are the good things, virtues of a cow? We've known cow gives us milk. The cow dung is also used as biogas, you know. Those sort of things can obviously be encouraged in our society. So, I mean, we have to get out of that mindset. And, you know, the lady sitting there, she said that why do we have to talk about 1200 years of Indian subjugation? But it is a fact. And there were so many cruelties done at that period of time. Why should people know that? I mean, why shall we have, you know, selective history being discussed? Of course, you know, it has to be done in a manner in which we can make sure that, you know, our future, of course, they talk about a sort of unity in which people live, but we also should know what happened. I mean, if it wasn't for that kind of subjugation, things won't be so bad. So, I mean, let's have an open debate about it.
But historians are there, have your debate.
All right, so
historians have written about it.
Historical narrative is concerned.
But you can't, I just want to ask you, where do you place my freedom struggle then?
All right, fair enough. I just want to get in Shiv Shakti. We've been trying to get through to him, not being able to clear him.
You can't have ill-informed discussion.
Shiv Shakti, hi, can you hear me?
Ill-informed discussion is no use.
No. Sanjeev, I'll just, Madhu, hold on, please. Yes, Sanjeev, hold on. Shiv Shakti, आपको आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ आ रही है।
हाँ, आप बोल रहे थे, आपका पॉइंट था कि जो लास्ट था कि हमारे से पहले इंटरप्ट हो गया था आपका ऑडियो वीडियो, कि आप बोल रहे थे कि दिस इज जस्ट टीचिंग द कल्चर टू पीपल हु माइट नॉट बी अवेयर ऑफ इंडियन कल्चर एंड दैट इज व्हाट दीस बुक्स आर प्रमोटिंग, राइट? यही आपका कंटेंशन है और यही आपका डिफेंस है इन किताबों के बारे में?
नहीं, प्लीज रिपीट करेंगे फिर से क्या?
नहीं, आई वाज जस्ट ट्राइंग टू पैराफ्रेज यू, सो आप अपना पॉइंट बताइए, आपका क्या कहना है इनके बारे में, इन किताबों के बारे में? आप कल्चर की बात कर रहे थे ना?
इन किताबों में जिस पैसेज को आपने कोट किया, ये पैसेज ऐसा नहीं कह रहा है कि सारे लोगों को एक ही हवन करना है। ये है कि वन हैज टू फॉलो देयर कल्चर इन अकॉर्डिंग, वन हैज टू फॉलो देयर ट्रेडिशन अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर ओन कल्चर. This is what these books are saying, and these books are prescriptive. It is not that something being imposed from above, that people are forced to do all these things. Like this has been made to look as if someone is forcing people to do. These are prescriptive. These are inspirational storybooks. Now, if tomorrow you will say that discard all these allegories, metaphor, all satires, everything from study materials. This should not form the part of this. There is a very huge pedagogical issue involved. Whether the students are going to learn only from the textbook or there are other supplementary reading materials, whether they are going to library, whether they are going to play their games in the field. So this is a pedagogical issue which is very much there in the entire debate. But the debate has been attempted to be made lopsided by making it something as if some kind of saffronization is going on, of which these Marxists are so fond of talking about. So, but see, the NCERT books written by these professional historians, whom they call quote-unquote professional historians, these Marxist historians, the court had ordered to expunge 75 passages out of those NCERT books.
Alright,
and those books were expunged.
So Shiv
by the
Shakti,
order of the court.
then the fear, then obviously what has been happening is that you think that the narrative that is there in our textbooks right now is a little skewed, given that it's being written, as you are saying, by Marxists. So now that your party has come into power and you're editing their mouthpiece, so the point.
These are not the textbooks.
He's right.
So the narrative, the entire saffron, the entire narrative
just the
should be changed.
supplementary books to
No,
be
no,
read
your
by
books. I'm not
students,
talking
yeah.
about your books. I'm talking about NCERT history books. And he's saying that the NCERT history books have been written
No,
by
he's saying
leftists and
inspirational
Marxists.
Those books were
Inspirational
also
books
having-
As far as the
supposed to
narrative,
correct
as far as
the
the
historians.
just hold on, please. As far as the historical narrative is concerned, we need to revisit that. We need to revisit our history textbooks as well.
Do that.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
the
sure.
hard work.
Of course.
These history textbooks, actually this debate is not taking around history textbooks, but history textbooks need to be purged of these Marxist writings, which are completely distortion of Indian history.
All
So
right.
these history textbooks need to be purged from this Marxist historiography.
I must say it's very clear what he's saying. It's got nothing to do with inspiration. You have to purge a particular kind of historiography which has dominated the world's academic environment because of its academic strength. You have to purge it. You can't do it academically, so you purge it through these so-called inspirational, what I would call ideological books.
Not only academically.
You do the hard work. Please, Mr. Shiv Shankar,
don't say
do
that.
the hard
All right,
work.
we'll let
Bring
Mr.
out
Rawal
the
speak. Mr.
historians
Rawal-
who will give you your
What's your
arguments.
thought on it?
One
Mr.
minute,
Shakti, we'll come back to you. We'll just come back to you. Go ahead, Mr. Rawal.
One,
मेरा फिर ये कहना है कि अननेसेसरली हम इनको उन 6-7 बुक्स पर ला रहे हैं जो कि कभी टेक्स्ट बुक्स नहीं बनी हैं, कभी टेक्स्ट बुक बनाने की योजना भी नहीं है। वो बुक्स लाइब्रेरी में हैं, हर एक के लिए पढ़ने के लिए हैं, और भी बुक्स लाइब्रेरी में हैं, और उनमें से जो ठीक बात लगती है बच्चों को अडॉप्ट करनी है। एक बात,
लेकिन वो
दूसरी बात,
किस कैटेगरी में है ना सर, वो रिकमेंडेड रीडिंग्स फॉर आपके स्टूडेंट्स की स्टडीज वाले कैटेगरी में आ रही है, या आपके फिक्शन वाली कैटेगरी में आ रही है, या आपके कुछ और
Yeah,
थियोलॉजिकल
even more
स्टडीज वाले?
dangerous,
कोई भी
sir,
category
ideological indoctrination की कैटेगरी आ रही है क्या?
स्कूल की लाइब्रेरी के अंदर हैं, वो फिक्शंस की लाइब्रेरी में है या हिस्ट्री की लाइब्रेरी
स्कूल
में
पे निर्भर है।
या स्कूल पर भी निर्भर है और बच्चों पर भी निर्भर है पढ़ना।
अरे 3 साल के 4 साल के बच्चे, 4-5 साल के बच्चे पे निर्भर क्या है?
4-5 साल के बच्चे नहीं
ये
है,
तो प्राइमरी स्कूल की किताबें हैं।
15 साल
ये
तक के
आपने
बच्चों के
प्राइमरी,
लिए
ये तो 14 साल तक फ्री
14-15
एजुकेशन
साल
है,
तक के
14
लिए।
साल तक बच्चे हैं।
हाँ।
और बच्चों को अगर आप
और
5
उन-
साल से
उन-
ये
उन
सुनाओगे,
All right. Fair enough. Shiv Shakti, final word to you, and then I'm wrapping this up. Yeah.
this lady was saying the Marxists now no longer hold a monopoly in the global academics also. With the rise of postmodernism, the writings of these Marxist historians have been discarded and thrown into the dustbin of history.
sir, the postmodernists have also been thrown into the dustbin of history
No,
by now.
no
By
way.
now.
You
You
are
have
living in your
constructivists
own
and many
world.
other forms.
You are living in your own world. You don't hold.
Yeah,
any
mine
more-
is the world of academics, I agree. I have been in the world
All
of
right,
academics.
there's no point. This is not going anywhere. This is not going anywhere. This is
No
what
longer
Sanjeev is
control
suggesting
this
is an
monopoly
open
over
discussion, and I
history
promise to
writing.
have that open discussion on a better connection with you, Shiv Shakti. I'd like to invite you back,
Yeah,
and we'll be
better
talking
connection.
about this.
Yeah.
unnecessarily we are dragging it to Marxism.
No, he
And
talked
you-
of
you-
purging.
No,
That's a very
All right,
unfair word.
I'll sum it up, and thanks very much, Ganga. I couldn't come back to you for this thing. If you very quickly want to add your final word on this entire conversation, Ganga.
हाँ, मैं एक लाइन में ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि देखिए, ये पाठ्यक्रम बनाने का या किताबें सजेस्ट करने का काम पाठ्यक्रम समितियां करे, और हमें इस बात को ध्यान में रखना चाहिए कि भारत कोई हिंदुओं का सिर्फ देश नहीं है, भारत बहुत सारी संस्कृतियों का देश है। उन तमाम संस्कृतियों का सही इतिहास लिखा जाना चाहिए, और सही इतिहास लिखने की प्रविधि शोध ही है। रिसर्च द्वारा ही अच्छा इतिहास आ सकता है। बच्चों की कहानियां सुनाना एक अलग बात है और गंभीर अध्ययन के माध्यम से रिसर्च प्रस्तुत करना एक दूसरी बात है। तो हम उस रिसर्च पे ध्यान दें और उन तमाम शिक्षाविदों की बातों पे ध्यान दें जो पाठ्यक्रम बनाते हैं। निश्चित तौर पर उन्होंने गहरे अनुभव और अपनी गहन अध्ययन के आधार पे वो योग्यता हासिल किए, उनकी योग्यता का हम मजाक ना बनाएं। धन्यवाद।
All right, very well put there. But I think Mr. Rawal, you would also agree that based on research,
यानी कहानियों को कहानियों के स्तर पर ही रखा जाएगा। हाँ। कहानियों को कुछ थीम वैल्यूज कन्वे करने के लिए रखा जाएगा। कहानियों को इतिहास नहीं बनाया जा रहा। इतिहास का सिलेबस बनाएंगे, पाठ्यक्रम बनाएंगे तो इतिहास के लोग ही बनाएंगे। उसमें
अब वो कौन इतिहास लिखेगा, वो नया इतिहास इंडिया का, जैसे अभी बता रहे थे। इतिहास मुझे खत्म करना पड़ेगा।
इतिहास तो हो चुका है, उसको आपने बच्चों को देना है।
हाँ,
आपने शिवाजी को बच्चों को देना है, आपने गुरु गोविंद सिंह को बच्चों को देना है। उन्होंने देश के लिए कितनी सेक्रीफाइस की, कितना त्याग किया, कितना बलिदान किया, ये सेंस बच्चों को देनी है।
उनके असलियत बताएंगे या उनके वैलर, उनकी कहानियों पे ज्यादा फोकस करेंगे, उनकी हिस्टोरिकल ट्रूथ?
जब आप उनकी असलियत बताएंगे तो उनका वो बलिदान, वो त्याग, वो तपस्या आपके ध्यान में आ जाएगी। आप असलियत नहीं बताएंगे तो निश्चित रूप से आप कंडीशनड होंगे।
All right, so the deconditioning or conditioning is the process that perhaps this country is going through. I don't know, you tell me on social media, get in touch with us, Twitter, tweet out with #IndiaPostLive or use our Twitter handle @IndiaPostLive and let us know what do you think about this. Is this saffronization of textbooks or is this not? Is this the historical narrative of this country being changed? Is there an attempt to do that or not? All these questions are there up in the air for you to respond to. On that note, I'll wrap this up. Shiv Shakti, thank you very much for coming in and sharing your perspective. Sanjeev Singh, it was a pleasure having you on this show. Ganga, thank you very much for responding so well and so in such precise and correct words. And Madhu and Mr. Rawal, thank you very much for fighting it out. But we'll continue. Yeah, but we'll continue the discussion. I promise to have all of you back in a proper connection with you, Shiv Shakti, and we'll discuss this once more about the historical perspective, about the historical narrative. And in case you want to participate in that discussion, send us a participation request and we'll for sure get you in. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.